There are two different distinct feelings and two distinct things. And I'm going to show you how you can use both of them to your advantage in order to complete your goals. Let's talk about motivation first, right? Motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Motivation is an emotion that temporarily comes and goes. You cannot live off of motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Motivation is that burning desire to get rich at 2, 3 in the morning, right? Motivation, well, yeah. Motivation is someone yelling at you, saying that you got to be better at something, and you feel not mad at them. You feel mad at yourself that you're not doing what needs to be done, and then you have a burning desire to do it, right? There's inspiration, right? There's seeing someone be successful in whatever they're doing, and you wanting to do it. That's inspiration. Motivation is getting up and doing it. You know what I'm saying? Motivation is an emotion. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. You will never complete a goal of motivation. All motivation can do is start your day one. Motivation is something that everyone has. Motivation is someone that everything gets. Discipline is not. Motivation, a 600-pound person can find the motive that no one has more day ones than someone who hasn't achieved their goals. Right? No one got more motivation than someone who hasn't achieved their goals, right? That person got all the motivation in the world. No discipline, right? They got so many day ones, it's crazy, you can't even count. They got motivation to start, but they don't have the discipline to finish. They start by January 1st, they fucking quit by New Year's. I got some goals on my own that I use and I was motivated with, right? So I said I was gonna get a CDL. It's by the first. I said I was gonna get a CDL on the first. I said I was gonna get a CDL this year, right? Did I do it? No, but I have the discipline to get it done, right? I said I was gonna raise my GPA. Did I do it? No, class just started, but I have the discipline to get it done and keep doing it every day, right? I have the motivation to start those goals. But if I don't have the discipline to keep going to class every day and don't have the discipline to keep doing assignments all year, it will never get done. It don't matter how motivated you are. Motivation is a feeling that you get to start it, right? When you wake up for day 2, you don't have that same feeling. You don't have that same thing anymore. You have your everyday activities to align. Now you got to go to school. Now you got to go to work. Now you got to do your everyday activities as an adult or as a teenager or whatever. That fiery passion, desire, is just not in your body anymore. That's just not even how your brain works, right? 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or whatever you're in your solitude, that's when you get motivation. But when you're around people doing things, you know what I'm saying, operating, your brain don't work like that. It's literally scientific, right? So we have discipline. Discipline is something that not a lot of people have. All ages. Right? Discipline is something that is very, very rare to find in someone. And you got some people who are disciplined in some areas and aren't disciplined in other areas and then want to call themselves disciplined. You got some people who are really disciplined with their money habits, but they aren't disciplined with what goes in their mouth as far as eating habits and the body they want. You got some people who are disciplined as far as let's see. You got some people who are disciplined as far as smoking, but they drink like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You got some people who are disciplined with something, who are halfway disciplined. They're disciplined with certain parts of their life, but they're not disciplined with all parts of their life. You got some people who aren't disciplined at all, who will just kind of go with the flow. But then you got people who are disciplined with every part of their life. Right? You do need the motivation to start. Yes, you do. You do need to find the courage to get to day one. Day one is the most important part. It's the hardest part, but it's also the easiest part because you can start so small. You can start with 20 minutes. You can start with 30 minutes. You can start with one video. You can start with one song. You can start with one beat. You can start with one verse. You know, you can start with studying one page of a book. It doesn't really matter what industry or what goal you're trying to accomplish. You can start with one workout, 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. You can start with one thing, simple and small, and that's the hardest day that you'll have. And it's damn near the easiest. Isn't that ironic? But with discipline, discipline is something that you're gonna need. Discipline is not a feeling. Discipline is not an emotion, and discipline is a principle. Discipline is a ritual. Discipline is I'm not going to do this, even though I really want to do this. In every part of my body, my brain is telling me to do this, but I'm not gonna do it. Discipline is fighting your own brain to gain back control. People who don't have discipline don't have control of their own brain. Your brain is telling you what to do instead of you telling your brain what to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't actually have control of your mind. Your mind is programmed. When you need to be the one programming your mind to do the things that, instead of you programming your mind and your mind helping you do the things that you need to do, your mind is programming you. It is deteriorating from things, and it is harming you and bringing you farther away from your goals. And what I like to call is putting life on autopilot. Not having any goals, just putting life on cruise control and letting our mind do all the hard work, right? But then we beat ourselves up when we don't have the goals. Well, in order to have the goals, you have to take action, have the discipline, right? So your mind is going to want you to drink that milkshake, right? I've only drunk one the entire year, by the way. You know what I'm saying? On my fitness journey. Very, very proud of myself, right? But your mind is going to tell you to drink that milkshake when you're on your 1,000-calorie deficit. And a milkshake for some of y'all are 800 calories, right? Just for example, your mind is going to remember last year all the dopamine rushes that your body got from drinking a milkshake. You love that good milkshake from Dairy Queen and Chick-fil-A, whatever, right? But what you fail to realize is that once you drink that milkshake, your calorie deficit is shot. And unless you're going to go in the gym and burn 800 calories on cardio, which I know most of you were not, you're fried. You weren't disciplined. You were overly not disciplined that day. You still got to eat. So instead of being on a 1,000-calorie deficit, you're going to end up eating 2,000, 2,500. You might as well fuck around and say, I'm starting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But the action of saying, I'm not going to drink this milkshake because I care for the future me. It will taste, affirmations like it will taste better when I reach my goal. Affirmations like, choosing the dopamine rush of that milkshake, and then once you drink that milkshake, it's gone, it's over. It was a 30-second, 1 minute, 5 minute good feeling that you paid. But what it cost you, the abs, that Michael B. Jordan, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Floyd Mayweather, whatever the fuck athlete physique. You know what I'm saying? It costs you that physique. And making the everyday decision of I'm not going to drink that milkshake. Making the everyday decision of I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And I know it's going to make me feel really, really good right now, but it's going to make me feel like shit later on. Having the self-conscience and taking the L's is what makes you take the W's, right? And yes, it is okay. It is okay to cheat some way. If your calorie deficit is 1,500 and you ate 1,700, it's okay. At least it wasn't 3,000. And you have the discipline to be 1,500 tomorrow. If you said you was gonna make a song today and you didn't get to that song today, it's fine. But did you find a beat? Did you write a verse? You know what I'm saying? You said you were gonna get better with women this year, right? And you said you were gonna go. And you said you were going to go out at this party and you were going to talk to every single girl at the party, right? But then you actually got there and you got the jitters, so you got nervous and you figured out this shit ain't easy because that shit is not easy. Okay, cool. But did you talk to a girl? Did you have the courage to talk to a girl and get her number? Or we can start even smaller. Did you have the courage to just go up to a girl and compliment her? Start small. Go up to a girl, compliment her. Go up to 2 girls, compliment them. Go up to 3 girls, compliment them. Go up to one girl, compliment them, ask for the number. Go up to one girl, compliment them, ask for the number, and try to hold a conversation. Right? And then do that to 2 girls, then do that to 3 girls, then do it to 4 girls. And then actually see what these numbers are gonna do. See if you can get dates with these numbers, see if you can get link up with these numbers, see if you can have multiple phone calls and actually have a connection. And see if you develop the skill to draw a connection with women. Now you a ladies man. Now you can go up to any function. Now you got a roster. See how that works? Now just 6 months ago, you were scared to go up to a bitch to compliment her. Now you was ladies man with a roster. You see the small steps, the small every week steps you had to take? That took discipline. The discipline of knowing I am scared as absolute dog shit to talk to this woman, but I'm going to do it anyways because I know when I leave this club and the feeling of I didn't do is going to haunt me more than the feeling of rejection from her. Discipline is the realization of realizing you're fucked either way in this life, dog. You're fucked either way. Okay? Either you're going to have the discipline to not eat that bullshit, or you're going to eat it but feel like shit because you ate it and that you're not anywhere near you need to be in your goals. Either you can have the discipline to talk to that girl and develop your social skills with women, or go home jerking off because you can't get them. It's really that simple. You're fucked either way, dog. You're not living so happy either way. But one way you live forever, and you're not gonna get mounted to anything. One way you live that way, you live that disciplined way, there's a reward at the end of the tunnel. That, my friend, is discipline. You need motivation to start. You need discipline, and you need discipline a lot in the middle. And you need discipline to finish. You need both. How you get these? Motivation. It just got to spark. Something got to happen. Find inspiration. Know the goals that you want to do, and I would say look for inspiration. And that sparks inspiration, sparks motivation, right? So if you want a body, right, look at these Michael B. Jordan movies, and look at how they shoot his body. Inspiring, right? You want to dance, look at Michael Jackson, right? You want to box, look at Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration sparks motivation, and once you watch enough of that, I guarantee you're gonna want some motivation. Or watch some Eric Thomas or some David God, because you gotta watch something. Something has to, be in your brain and make you say, I want to do that. And when you find enough courage to start day one, figure out that goal, do it, and then boom, have day one. Figure out the goal, research on the goal, figure out ways that you can work smart. And once you have your plan of working smart, work hard, because plans don't work unless you do. And then from the beginning to end, from the middle to end, you need the discipline. There's going to be days where you don't feel like doing it. There's going to be days where there's other options aligned. There's going to be days where you just don't want to do the shit at all. But the choice, discipline is the choice to do it when you don't want to do it. Discipline is the everyday choice. It's the everyday win. Every single day, you say I'm not going to drink that milkshake. It's a win for you, bro. And those small wins by days, by weeks, by months will add up. Just keep praying with your faith in God and keep showing him through your works on earth that you're going to do it and have the discipline. It will happen. Motivation versus discipline. You need both. Thank you.